Hey guys, I'm back with What If Deku Had the Byakugan Part 3. Before we start, I've been I just haven't been feeling it since lockdown happened again in the UK, so like we're in like our fourth lockdown, so it's pretty dead, so I've just been too bored. And although it's probably the best time to upload videos, I just haven't found the motivation to do it, except I have been looking at the what's it called, the YouTube studios, and like I'm thankful for the support. I got like 148, 150 subscribers, so that's good. Past the first 100, so like that's pretty amazing considering that I've been uploading recently. So thank you guys, and we'll get into the video now. So like in the last episode, it was the ball test. It was the ball test and the physical test where Deku like smashed everybody in all the other activities because of his chakra ability. So we're gonna start 2 weeks later. So it's about 2 weeks after the test, and Deku is sitting with Ojiro, the tail boy. If you don't know who he is, with Ojiro in the class talking about an upcoming martial arts tournament that he's going to be entering. But before he could get into any much detail about it, All Might burst into the room. The class erupts into cheering, like Ojo's cheering. Um, Denki was probably like having this brain melt. And they all start cheering when they see him, but Deku's face like just stays blank, emotionless, sort of like Neji face, like barely any emotion expressed. He's just calm and collected. Um, After the dramatic entrance, All Might looks all around. He sees Deku's face, and he's like, I should probably get on with the explanation." So he basically explains that they will be participating in a heroes versus villains activity, and they should meet him in the fake city. I'm not sure what it's called, but it isn't called Ground 7 because that's me mixing up Naruto and My Hero. I think it's Site 0, Site 3, basically where they did the test. You get what I mean if you watch the anime. Anyway, so when they arrive, they all go to the fake city. I'm just gonna call it for that for now. That's what it's called. Don't judge me. So they enter the fake city and through the tunnel, and they see all of their. They see how many are there in the class? 23. Don't call me on that. I'm gonna say 23. They see 23 silver briefcases along on a long table. Denki asks, "What's that?" as he looked intently at the cases, and All Might, with a smug smile on his face, says, "Well, to be heroes, you must look the part, and these are your hero suits." And like with this moment he said hero suits, everybody just went mental. They rushed up to find the numbers because I'm pretty sure their number is the numbers they placed on the test. I'm pretty sure that's how it is, but I don't remember it. I'm just gonna say Deku won because he was one in this story. So Deku walks out of the tunnel as like everybody is just going mental, so he waits for everything to calm down as he just walks up and collects his case and goes back to the changing rooms to change. So he walks out of the tunnel as he's changed now, and his hero suit was sort of like a Jonin in Naruto, except there was a different color pattern. So the Hyuga color pattern, okay. So he wore a plain black shirt with the Hyuga symbols on his right arm. So like basically what is on the screen now, except on the other side, but that's Hyuga symbol anyway. So he wore a Hyuga symbol on his right arm, black trousers with one pouch on his left leg with some sealed scrolls, which will become relevant later. He also wore a white flat jacket with 2 pouches on each side of his chest, which were filled with various ninja tools such as kunai, explosive attack, smokes, pellets, like all of the ninja stuff you need. And on the back, it had a much larger Hyuga clan logo on it. If I'm going to explain this better, I'd say think of Kakashi with a black and white scheme. And like black shirt, white flak jacket, you know? So I'm trying to incorporate the Hyuga, like Neji, Hinata, with an average Jonin. So, anyway, carrying on. Uraka approached him saying that you look cool and you look like a ninja. Oh god, nearly said ninja. I said ninja. I swear down. I said ninja. Right. You look like a ninja. As Deku looked at her and nods, because, like, obviously that's what he is. As you, like, blanks her, basically. Blanks her. Just cold shoulder. And she stares at him for about 10 seconds trying to make conversation. But before she can, like, try and further conversation, All Might calls for everyone. And they all are put into teams. So the teams are the same in canon: Uraka and Deku, and Bakugo and Ida. Bakugo starts letting off mini explosions in his hand and says he's going to end you, nerd, because, you know, Bakugo thinks. But, you know, Deku, the calm Hyuga he is, doesn't even give him the time of day and just glances at him and then looks straight back, which angers Bakugo even more. After the first few fights, it's time for Deku and Uraka to go against Ida and Bakugo. So Uraka asks what's the plan and looks at Deku. Deku just simply walks to the door and says, "Just follow my lead," as he enters the building and activates his Byakugan. He quickly locates the bomb and finds Bakugo hurtling down the floors. Bakugo is coming. Say that again. He tells Uraka that Bakugo is coming for him, and that she should use this distraction of his anger. No. He should use this opportunity whilst he's distracted by his anger to get to the top floor and wait for him there so they can tag team Ida. Not that he needs it anyway. So, before Uraka can actually question anything, saying they can work together, a huge explosion starts hitting towards them. Deku touches Uraka's shoulder and substitutes her behind Bakugo and dodges the explosion. Without hesitation, Uraka rushes off to follow the plan that Deku had put forward. Bakugo growls, "You're gonna die, you damn nerd," to Deku. With a malice. Is malice the good word for that? Yeah, malice grin. I'm gonna go with that, malice grin. As the unamused Deku takes a fighting stance. Bakugo then rushes towards Deku with a signature right hook, as Deku deflects it and punches him in the stomach, and Bakugo is sent back. With a growl, Bakugo charges again, this time shooting explosions at Deku. Who dodges through the explosions as he jumps onto the ceiling, attaching himself by chakra to the ceiling, and then drop kicks Bakugo as he gets to the place where he was previously. But Bakugo counters this with an explosion to Deku's arm, causing Deku to move back and tearing a bit of a shirt off. As Deku regains his fighting stance, let me. Oh my god, I've been gone too long. This is killing my brain. I'm killing the vibes. We're starting that sentence again. As Deku regains his fighting stance, Bakugo grins and realizes that his pin on his gauntlet are full. No, not his pins. Use your brain, man. Basically, Bakugo is grinning like a madman because the sweat, which is disgusting, by the way. I hate his quirk. He must stink. I'm being honest. He must stink of oil all the time. Unless you're into that. I know people that are. But anyway, his gauntlet are filled up and he grins. He's grinning as he unleashes a massive explosion which heads straight towards Deku, who quickly changes his stance to the stance that the Hyugas would make as he starts rapidly rotating, causing the explosion to be diverted around it and destroying the ceilings and the walls and charring the floor. After deflecting the explosion, he takes the opportunity of Bakugo, who is now cradling his arm because it does hurt him from like the recoil of the explosion. So in that small second where he's feeling the pain, he rushes at Bakugo and hits him on the face and the stomach with the feet. I'm going to say 16 palms before walking to the stairs. Bakugo gets up and sees him walking away as he is about to shoot the other gauntlet. But before he could shoot the other gauntlet, he smells smoke, but a different type of smoke to his usual explosions. As he looks down to his chest, as he sees an explosive tag on his stomach, which explodes, blasting him into a wall and knocking him out. Deku then, knowing that Bakugo's gone, even though like he already knew already, that's why he was walking off, activates his Byakugan and sees Ida darting around the room with the bomb as Uraka had already like given away position by laughing at Ida's villain impression. As he reaches the door, he sets an explosive tag on the door to confuse Ida, as he uses the smoke to rush with Uraka. He uses the smoke to rush for the bomb, with the new rubble being used by Uraka to cover him. But Ida quickly regains his composure and blocks Deku as they start to engage in a fight, until they go for about 10-20 seconds until Ida hits Deku in the chest with a kick. But instead of feeling like, bone, solid, you just feel smoke as Deku puffs away, as All Might announces that the hero team wins, as Deku is touching the bomb. Now, if you don't know, he just used Shadow Clone Jutsu, perfect copy, you know what I mean, you know how it is, big up Naruto, spams that like a madman. Anyway, most of the class is confused on what just happened, as like Deku's using multiple abilities, and they're like, what? How is he using like 2 to 3 quirks? And this like interests Todoroki as like he's basically an experiment because of Endeavor, which is spoilers if you're not caught up, which was like 4 years ago. I don't know, but you should be caught up by now. As Uraka and Ida and Deku arrive to the analysis room, Deku is congratulated with the win as they begin to analyze the fight. Momo comments on how Deku is the MVP, as he was able to take down Bakugo and take the bomb, as well as distracting Ida, as well as using Uraka in the plan. So like they're all happy about that. After the other fights happen, they all happen the same in the canon. Bakugo wakes up and is in the medical wing as he realizes Deku has beaten him for about the 15th millionth time, and he lets off an explosion. Just want to add it there. Just want to add that bit. So he's annoyed. Well, that is it for today. I know this might not be the best, but I'm trying to get back into it, and I'm using this Byakugan series to get back into it. I've got my own unique idea, so I'm gonna diverge from the plot a little bit with the next episode. As I said in the start, there's gonna be a martial arts tournament, and we're gonna see a little bit of Naruto characters creeping back into the story, so that's gonna be a little bit interesting. So stick around for that. Once again, thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing.